it would be fun to revisit some weird, or you might say, what the things that American people do. These are some of my favorite videos to make because I'm fascinated with cultural differences. The cool thing about tradition and habit in different countries is that you don't realize how strange it is till you go somewhere else, and the more I visit America, the more I think you guys are absolute weirdos, which is a good thing. Merch available on teespring.com/stores/Diane Jennings. Smooth. I talk about quirks that Irish people have all the time on this channel, so if you get offended, please do so in comments because that's engagement for me and yay. Not everything applies to everyone. This list is full of generalizations and that's what makes it a list. Let me know below in comments what does or doesn't apply to you because I find that interesting. Before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, next time you go to bed, you'll find yourself unable to find the right temperature. You'll either be too hot or too cold. Therefore, I urge you to subscribe and avoid my Irish banshee curse. On with the video. Coming in at number 10, it's actually something you guys reminded me of in a recent video. Americans love to have gender reveal parties. If somebody I know is having a baby, it's obviously an exciting time, especially if it's like a best friend or something like that, or even if it's a relative of mine. That's a very exciting thing too. However, the amount of people that I have a vested interest in knowing about the spawn of is very limited. Gender reveal parties imply that you have a bunch of people over to your house and then pop a balloon or do something even bigger than that and reveal whether it's a boy or a girl. Or them. And I wonder at the percentage of people at that party who actually care. Like, do they actually care? And that's no offense to anybody, but honestly, would you actually care about the gender of their child? Also, another thing that Americans do is they say, we're pregnant. No, Chad, you're not pregnant. Your wife is pregnant. Are you going to push something the size of a melon out of something the size of a lemon? No, then shut up and stop saying you're pregnant because she's pregnant. Give her that credit and say,
my beautiful life partner who I admire for both her brains and her beauty is currently blossoming and we are expecting our first child.
Or second child, or third child, or 20th child, depending on whether you're on TLC.
And then it doesn't.
So my point is, gender reveal parties, you're sending them over here to Ireland, and I just want to say, if you're having one, just invite your closest friends and family if you really insist on having one. Coming in at number 9, it's something I've seen Americans join together in hatred of. It's not political and it's not religious, but I've never seen so much venom from Americans as when I do this or when I even mention this. It's ketchup on hot dogs.
OMG!
You guys are so passionate about not putting ketchup on hot dogs, and I gotta ask why. I have read in your comments that apparently only children put ketchup on hot dogs, but here's the thing, ketchup tastes good on hot dogs. Why do you hate it so much?
Oh, mustard is much more grown up than ketchup.
No, Mark, it isn't. It's just tangier. Ketchup on hot dogs is good. Come for me.
No, don't actually come for me, I'm afraid.
At number 8, it's tennis shoes. We've already talked about sneakers on this channel, but did you know that 41% of the population, according to a Harvard study, so you know it's smart, of Americans call their runners tennis shoes. Why are you going to play tennis? I admit we should not call our runners unless we're going to go running, but in the same way, you guys shouldn't call them tennis shoes unless you're going to go play tennis. We should just call them casual comfy shoes and be done with it.
Great idea.
The next thing that I don't get about America is your hire purchase schemes. This kind of ties in with the whole credit card debt thing. You guys aspire to greater things, which is awesome because the American dream. However, a lot of times it seems Americans are in debt a lot, and that is due to things like hire purchase schemes. If you can't afford it, just don't buy it. Just wait and save up and buy it then. There is a thing in America though called fake it till you make it, so I think that's where things like this come from. People hire purchase really nice cars so it looks like they're doing really well, so that maybe they get looked at in work and then they get a promotion because they're flexing. I can't say flexing and sound cool, I just can't. But yeah, don't get the thing you can't afford. The thing you can afford is just fine. Just get yourself a little, I don't know what car, I don't know cars. Just get not a Porsche, because, you know, that's a lot of money. Maybe you'll be able to afford the Porsche one day, but don't go out of pocket just to look like you can afford a Porsche when you can't afford a Porsche. You can't afford it, so just don't buy it. This is going in a circle. Oh, loop. The next thing is another thing that we've inherited from you guys in Ireland. It's why I have to tell the barista my name. When I go into American franchises for coffee. I make my order, which is usually extremely convoluted because that's the lingo. And then they ask for my name. And I find that an incredibly intimate question. There's power in a name, I've been led to believe, and that is why I always say my name is Bob. Is that weird? Yes, but I'm okay with that. I don't know why. I just don't like telling strangers my name. One time I told the guy that my name was Bob and he goes, really? And I said, really? And he was like, oh, okay, cool name. Okay, thanks. Now I'm Bob. Are you with me here? Does anybody else do that? Can we all be Bob? Let's all be Bob. The next thing that you guys have that I just don't get is people who bag your groceries for you. These people are quite similar to the people who wash your hands in the bathroom for you. I already know how to do that. I don't need your help. I didn't ask for your help, and now I feel an awkward tipping situation coming on because when I did my Tipping America video, nobody told me how to handle baggers at the tills because they have tip jars too. But I didn't ask. I didn't ask for my groceries to be bagged, and I only have 2 things. And also, did you know that plastic bags are free in America? They're just free. They just give them to everyone. But I did not ask. So why are you doing this to me? This has me especially anxious, so I'm going to move on. The next thing Americans do that's really strange is they just, of a whim, go on an especially long drive. I can only conclude this is because their country is so big. But when I have known Americans and we wanted to go someplace, they'll just be like, oh, that's 2 hours up the road, off we go. And I'm like, have you checked your oil? Do we have snacks? Do you need to rearrange your day? And they're just all willy-nilly. I've never said willy-nilly before. Let's jump in the car and go. It's only 2 hours up the road. That's halfway across my country, so don't take a journey like that lightly. It's a big deal. We could die. We're probably not gonna die, but you just never know, and that's why you should have snacks. The next thing that I don't understand that Americans have is school mascots. Okay, I get the sport thing is outrageous and you do that on a whole different level than you really should for kids who are in school. I mean, let's be honest, you guys get very carried away with the school thing.
JD became the school mascot.
Sometimes to the point that school children are taking this whole thing too seriously. It's just sport in school. I should know. I was a sports coach. The thing about the school mascot is why? Why are they there? Why do you need a cartoon character for your school? Now, granted, a lot of our schools in Ireland are really old and we prefer the whole distinguished thing in schools, keeping it really old-fashioned. But then if it was an American school, a giant rodent with a baseball cap would jump out. And we'd call it school spirit. To me, it's a bit like going to mass and then the koala comes out and you're like, it's the mass koala.
Get it? Koala? Waka waka.
And you're just like, I'm sorry, what? Those 2 things don't go together, but it's just so normal to Americans. Why do you have a school mascot? It just... If you can explain that one to me, do. Because I don't get it. I also wonder, is the person who plays the school mascot deemed to be cool or uncool? Like, is that a thing that you want to be? Do you want to be the school mascot? Is that a thing? It just... I don't understand. The next thing that you guys don't have that just... What? We're living in 2019. What? Electric kettles. You guys go and you fill up a kettle and you put it on the hob, and that's basically cooking. What are you doing? Every house in Ireland has one of these. I use it to make cuppa soup, but most people use it to make tea and coffee, and I just don't get it. Why don't you guys have kettles? Why? I mean, they're really simple things. They're like less than €20. Just get a kettle. It'll save your whole life. Get a kettle. I'm very, very enthusiastic on this point. Get kettles, America. Oh yes, Diane, your voice is going to change America. I just think it's something that they would like. They would enjoy kettles, and I think that they should have kettles. And the number 1, what the... I didn't even say it that time. I just shamrocked myself. Thing that blows my mind that Americans have is plug sockets in their bathroom. I'm sorry, are you asking for an early death by electrocution? Okay, I know the whole thing about how you need a steady stream of water in order to get an electric shock. However, I just feel like you're tempting fate. In Europe, we tend to have little sockets in the bathroom in hotels for shavers and things like that, but you can't actually fit your hairdryer plug into it, just shavers. Does condensation work differently in America or something? I mean, surely that's potentially dangerous, no? Am I missing something? Plug sockets. Someone explain to me why And that's it. Today's video goes out to a couple of patrons. The first one is Galen Good. Galen is from Canada and he wishes I'd make more videos about Canada. If you'd like more videos about Canada, let me know below in the comments. The second shout out goes to Michael E. Doherty, who just wants to say thank you to all the creative people out there who share their gift with the world. That's really nice sentiment, Michael. And the third shout out goes to Jason Moir. This is a lovely photo of him in his anatomy lab in the morning. There's someone behind you, Jason. Look out. And that's it. Bye. The next thing that I don't understand about America, and a lot of people have been asking me where Chewie has been the last few videos, and he's literally always around unless I say he isn't. He's either under the table, or you'll see his little tail in the corner. He's always here. Hi. Show some love. La 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 la. He doesn't like it either. High five. Yeah!